Hello, Ectosage here on the Sage channel. It's Sleep, Art, Game, and Eat. And today, if we go to New World, Custom World, just as we did last time, you'll notice they've added something new here. Right down here at the bottom where it says Environment Hostility. So now, basically, the default is safe, but you can do normal, Cataclysm, or Armageddon. The basic differences are just in the amount of stuff that spawns, except for the difference between Armageddon and the rest of them. In safe, I'm pretty sure nothing will spawn at all. Normal and Cataclysmic, or Cataclysm, you're going to have some asteroids spawning. They're going to fly basically towards any large ships or stations that exist in the area. Now, it's not going to directly fly at them, it's just going to fly in their relative area, and this is basically coming in the direction from the sun. Now, Armageddon, if you do that, everything is the same that I just said, except for instead of the asteroids being, well, here, I'll load it up and show you really quickly. Alrighty, so here we go. This is Cataclysm, and basically you can see here the asteroids are coming towards the station from the sun, and they're kind of hard to see. There's a few different varying sizes. Some of them don't even seem to have a trail, but in Cataclysm and lower difficulty settings for the environmental hostility, you'll see that the asteroids basically are just the asteroid in a bit of a sort of clear vapor trail. Now, if we were to load up a Armageddon survival setting, you can pretty quickly see the difference. The asteroids are still coming in just as they did before at the station, just as they did, except for now, instead of them being these sort of hard to see asteroids, and yeah, now they got a big old fireball behind them. Pretty interesting. A lot of people were sort of like, this isn't exactly realistic whenever I first saw this come out, but I don't know, I think it's good, and they do state that in the setting there, that this Armageddon mode will be unrealistic. Now, all the asteroids I do feel should have a much greater spawn rate, at least for Armageddon. Because I set it to Armageddon, and, well, I had to wait here for a fair few minutes to get a good shot of just asteroids coming down at it. If I have it set to Armageddon, something they have directly said, hey, this is not going to be realistic, I should feel like I'm at the end of the world, with asteroids just plummeting towards me constantly, or I guess technically that'd be called meteorites coming towards me constantly. Anyway, I just thought I'd show that. Now, really quickly, there's one other thing that I have to show from this update, which I actually think is a fair bit more interesting than these asteroids, which currently I found give us some serious lag trouble in multiplayer, as you might expect. Alrighty, so here we go. This is that last thing I was talking about needing to show you guys. It's the fact that you can now color a whole assortment of different blocks that you couldn't color before. Now, like usual, this is basically just taking the color that you want from your color selector here. So if let's say we want to change this color to, let's go with a sort of green, not lime green, that's terrible. Let's go with this sort of tealish blue. And voila, you can paint it nice and easy, super easy. And of course, if you want to change that color, just as per usual, middle mouse button to paint, voila, color change. You can paint all sorts of these. Now, of course, you might be noticing that the whole object is not changing color. There's still parts of it that remain gray and white, and also you probably notice that the object is still pretty plain. A lot of these models are probably still just the placeholder models, and they don't really have any textures, most of them. They're just plain textures. Now, in the future, we'll see proper textures, proper models, but I get the feeling there's still going to be some parts like this that remain gray or don't change. For two reasons. One is because we're going to want to have little detailed areas that don't just get washed out in color. And for two, when factions come in, I have a sneaking suspicion that certain parts of the ship might change color depending on your factions, such as the doors here might change color, or this white line that runs along the door might change color to match whichever faction it is. Either way, this is probably my favorite thing from this update, because it'll allow you to do a lot more interesting things on your ships and building stuff. Anyway, final notes really quickly. On the asteroids, they cannot currently affect small ships or players. I've tried to get hit by them, and I'm pretty sure I did. Didn't kill me. Also, small ships, when I was in one, got hit. No damage done whatsoever. But large ships and stations can indeed take damage, and that includes heavy armor. It's about the same amount of damage between heavy armor and light armor, as far as I could tell. Also, in final closing, grinders and mining weapons, tools, I slipped there. They're weapons now. You can kill people with them. Anyway, thanks a bunch for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.